All right, awesome. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to our Exploring Optavia Wellness Coaching webinar. We're super excited to have you on, and we are really excited to share a little bit about why we do what we do, how we do what we do, and why we love it so much. So welcome to our webinar tonight. My name is Jessica Johns. I am a nurse and a certified health coach with Optavia, and I have been a health coach for 6 years now. And it's really been a wonderful career choice for me, and it's really a passion for me to help other people in my world. I am a mom and a wife and an aspiring ninja, as you can see in the lower corner there. And this career has given me the ability to get to do the things I want to do in my life, become a healthier version of myself, a leaner version of myself, and get to spend time with those cute little boys on the side there. Be the stay-at-home mom I want to be, but also work in the field of health and wellness. So it's been pretty phenomenal thing for me to be able to do. So people always ask me why did I decide to coach? I mean, I had a successful career in the medical field, and for me, after I had my kiddos, I wanted a change. I was really craving something different. I wanted to work more in the prevention side of things. And so I was searching for something that was maybe going to be a little bit different, still give me the opportunity to help people in my world, but possibly in a little bit different way. And so I started looking around, and I found my great friend Susan was doing this health coaching thing, and she was having a lot of fun doing it. I was watching her posts on Facebook. She was going on fun trips. She was doing some leadership education. She was helping her mom and some of the people in her world get healthy. And I knew that she was a dental hygienist, so I had no idea how she was doing that. So I started to explore that a little bit with her and sat down for a cup of coffee and learned a little bit about health coaching and what that meant. And the things that were that really drew me to it was that you could work from home. Working from home was something that really appealed to me. At the time, 6 years ago, I had a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, and I wanted to get to continue being a stay-at-home mom, but also wanted to restart my career. So that was very appealing to me, learning how to do something I could do from home while having fun doing it. And then for me, I really wanted to help my friends and family, and that was important. As a critical care nurse, I hoped and prayed I would never have to help my friends and family, because that would mean that they had landed themselves in the hospital. So the idea of becoming a health and wellness coach and having a tool for people was really a great thing for the people in my life. My mom, my cousin, some of my closest friends that I know had always struggled with their health. And the idea of having a tool where I personally could help them and guide them and support them through a program that was very healthy and could really work for them was very appealing. And then I wanted to be part of a community of health. I wanted to be with other people who had the same passion, the same desires to be the healthiest version of themselves, reach out to the people around them, be a shining light to the people in their world, and bring people along with them and do it together. So that was also super appealing to me. And you can see some of the pictures on the page here is our coaching team and some of our different events that we've gone to, different places we've gone to. And it's really fun to get to see this awesome group of people coming together, working towards, the common good, and getting to be part of that community. And in addition to that, accountability in my own health is an amazing part of why coaching was super beneficial to me. When I got into coaching 6 years ago, I was at my healthiest weight, but life kind of got to me the last 2 years. And after a bad ankle injury and some health problems, I found myself in not the healthiest spot that I'd ever been. But because I'm part of this community and I have that accountability, I desire to be the best version of myself. And I have the support of my health coach and my coaches that are on my team. I was able to really dive into our program and get back to that great spot. And now I'm the fittest I've ever been since even becoming a coach 6 years ago. So that's pretty awesome. So that's just a little tiny bit about why coaching was important for me. So you might be wondering, okay, coaching sounds great, but why this program? Why is this different than other programs out there? And I'll go back to that. But we have 4 components of success. And that is what really, when those components come together, that's what makes this program the best thing out there for our clients, our friends, and family. You have your health coach, which is what we are. That's what we're talking about tonight. You have somebody in your corner guiding you, supporting you, leading you across the program, helping you tweak things, individualize your plan, be that person, that cheerleader for you all the way. You know, maybe you've tried things before and you didn't have that person. And so when you had a crummy day, you just kind of wanted to give up. There wasn't somebody there to cheer you on and help you move forward. So we love that part of our program. Then we have an education piece. The habits of health are greatly important to what we do. If you don't have the education, if you aren't working on the lifestyle change and changing those habits, you're just doing a diet. And we all know that diets don't work. Diets are just something you do for a very short-term time, maybe to get ready for a trip or, you know, to fit into a certain pair of jeans. But we don't want that. We want long-term success. We want you to feel amazing, be in your healthy body, and really learn the tweaks that you need to make to your daily habits to have that long-term lifestyle change. So the education piece is really important. And then the community, like I talked about, you're surrounded by a group of people working on the same program, working on the same desires, with a passion to be their best selves. And that coming together, surrounding you, it's kind of hard not to want to do that when you are around those people. You know, they say that you are most like the 5 people you spend the most time with. So think about that. Who are those people in your world that you spend a lot of time with? And if you would like to be part of something that maybe you don't have a lot of healthy influences in your life, being part of our Optavia community can really help you with that community and help you move forward in your life. And then we have our fuelings. They are top of the line, top notch fuelings. They are amazing protein carb balance. They're all FDA approved. They're made in the United States. Our company has done great research through Johns Hopkins University to verify the safety and effectiveness of the programs that we use. And that is huge when you think about all the things that are out there, all the different ways that people look at to get healthier. We have the great medical scientific background to back up what we do. And so I know as a nurse, that was super important for me. And I love that we have that. So I want to skip back here to the ripple effect of health, because just by working on yourself and getting yourself healthy, you can't help but be a great example to the people in your world. And it just kind of comes naturally. My friends over there, Brad and Ashley Miller, they have that cute little baby. They are super young, but you know what? They were slipping into bad habits and they got themselves healthy, and people in their world started to notice. I mean, they couldn't keep it to themselves, because unless they hid in the closet or moved away, people in their life could see them feeling better, doing better, being a great influence in their world. And because of that, my coach Susan got healthy because she saw what they were doing and was attracted to feeling better and being better. I saw Susan, my friend Cindy and Beth and Amy. When you see people in your life making those changes, it's hard not to want to go along with that. So it's great to watch that ripple effect of health. And I've seen it now for 6+ years. And it's great to see the people that come into your life that maybe you never thought would be somebody that would raise their hands and want to get healthy with you, decide that it's time for them to do what you're doing. So that's pretty great. So I would love to bring on my dear friend, Cindy Farnstrom. She is an amazing woman. She's a very educated nurse practitioner. And I love Cindy's story about coming into our program and what it's done for her and her family. So Cindy, if you'd come up and share a little bit about your story.
Great. Thanks, Jessica, for the opportunity to share today. It's so exciting and such a gift that we have to share with other people. As Jessica mentioned, I'm a certified pediatric nurse practitioner and also a health coach. And when I was introduced to coaching by Jessica, I was working well over 60 hours a week in a job that I enjoyed. But it was hard. It was tiring. I was missing out on activities with my kids, time with my family, and was really struggling you know, to do the things that I wanted to do and to be a part of the things that were most important to me. And I was also really looking for a way to help people, and to use my passion for health as part of that, and somehow bringing that together. So I met with Jessica. Sorry, hold on 1 second. I'm going to mute somebody here. Someone's noisy. Sorry. There we go. We got it. Okay. Sorry about that. So when I met with Jessica, you know, I had met her at a birthday party and saw how much fun she was having, and spending time with her kids, and being involved in their activities and volunteering at school. And I was like, I want more of that. Like, I really want to have that in my life. So I sat down with her and asked her some questions, and thought about it for quite a while, and then, you know, decided that this is really a great way for me to have more of that life balance that I was looking for, more time with my kids, helping and serving other people, and also bringing sort of my interest in health together with that. And what I love about this is that she helped me figure out a way to make it work in my super busy life. So when I started coaching, I was still working that 60 hours a week, but really found that it's flexible. I was able to fit it into the nooks and crannies of my day. And then over time was able to actually cut back my hours at my nurse practitioner job. And still have a way to supplement my income and still provide for our family by adding in coaching to that. So it's really been an amazing experience and opportunity for me, helping helping families and helping friends, and really helping parents, which I think is like the most rewarding part for me, I think, because I see how that impacts their children and their families and their community around them, and helping them to build that support network and that community to help them to be successful long term. So thanks, Jessica, for the opportunity to share. Jessica, are you there? Oh, do I have to unmute? Sorry, I have to unmute you, I think. Do I? Sorry, I have to unmute you. There you go. Sorry.
It's all right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. Anyways, no, I love that, Cindy. The ripple effect of health is so important, and it's not just in our friends and family. It can also be within your household. Your kids really are receptive to what we do. You know, when your kids see you eating healthier and doing more activity, it's important to them. And they're little sponges. They are really learning a lot, and they see a lot. So it's important for them as well. So next up, I want to bring on Amy. Amy is one of the newest health coaches in our team. I think she's only 3 weeks into her coaching journey, and she's done amazing on our programs. And Amy, I'm super excited just to hear a little bit about you and how coaching has gone for you so far.
Yeah, so to give you a little background, I started out when I saw a post that Beth had put on her Facebook about how she was doing the program. And Beth is someone that I've known for a long time, and I just completely trust anything that she endorses. And so I was excited about it. I jumped right in and started it without giving it much thought, which is sort of how I do things in my life. And it worked out really, really well for me. It was so easy. It fit right into my life. And so I quickly saw changes. I was on a nursing mother's plan that Jessica and Beth had put together for me. I wasn't seeing as much progress as I wanted. So I was coming to the end of my time nursing. My daughter was about to turn 1. So I upped my game and I did the 5 to 1. And then I saw just tons and tons of success really quickly. What I liked about it is I just kind of I was told what to do and I did it and it worked. And it was great because I love that kind of system where it's like, this is what you do and this is why it works. And then it does. And so I immediately saw those changes, and then I just started to feel more optimistic. I wanted to come home and be with my child at night. I didn't want to just go to bed. I had so much more energy. I started taking a Pilates class, which I haven't done anything like that since college, which was like 10 years ago for me. It's a long time. And so I guess I really radiated just positive energy, and I was excited, and people were noticing and people were asking me about it. And Beth had mentioned to me once before thinking about coaching, and I thought, oh, that's not for me. I don't have time for that. I don't have the energy. I don't know anything about this. I'm just doing what she told me to do. But it kind of just sort of morphed into its own thing. I had so many people asking me about it, and I'm on a teacher's salary. My husband's on a teacher's salary. He really wanted to do it. So I thought, well, maybe it's a good way to help pay for this, because I did feel like it was a little bit extravagant for our family. And I wanted to be able to supplement that. And I know that's the case for a lot of people. A lot of the people that I talk to have some reservations about the cost, which in the end was more of a motivator for me, because I thought, well, I can't mess this up. So I decided that I would start coaching. I thought, well, I'll just give it a try, and I'll get a few people to kind of help with that income piece. And it was close people that I was close to. My husband wanted to do it. My best friend wanted to do it. I thought, well, this is great. I want to help them feel good. I can't wait for them to get into that fat burn and feel that energy and just be excited about their clothes fitting again. And so I started with 2 people in mind. I'm currently at week 3, and I have 7 clients, and I have 4 more that are for sure signing up next month. And so it's been really easy for me, and that's what I like, is I haven't had to go out and find people. I just kind of am who I am, and they come to me, and that's been really great for me, because as of right now, I have a pretty stressful job. I have a 1-year-old. We've just moved. We're learning a whole new city. So we have a lot going on in our lives, and I just don't have time for an extra job. But this has been awesome because I have the support of my coach, and that's Beth, and I have the support of her coach, which is Jessica, and the support of her coach, which is Susan. And, I can ask them any questions. I don't have to, really work too hard at it. It fits into my life really well. They quickly, teach me how to figure out how to answer these questions. If there's something I can't answer, they've got great resources for me to help me figure it out. And so it's just been a really nice, easy fit. And I'm really surprised at how well it's fit into such a busy life, especially because I'm commuting an hour a day as well. So I have a lot going on. And the bigger piece for me was also accountability. I didn't want to just lose all this weight and get healthy and then, mess it up once I stopped doing the 5-to-1. So I think that accountability for me was really important too, because I thought, I have to practice what I preach, and I have to be a good example if I'm going to be a coach for other people. And so I think that's going to help me really stay the course and just kind of get the most out of this program. So that's something that I really, really like about it as well. So, that's really been my story, and so far so good. So I haven't had any bumps in the road, and I think that's just awesome. And I think that's this program sets you up for a lot of success because you have so much support. There's very little room for failure. So that's my piece, and thank you for letting me share.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great, Amy. I love that. And even being so new into this program, and especially into coaching, you're already seeing the benefits of that. And I think that is great. We set you up for success, and we set you up for success as a client first. And then when you see that success, then it's, people in your world want to do what you're doing. And then we support you as your mentors as well. So I love that you're seeing that. So speaking of mentors, I would love to bring on Amy's mentor, Beth. Beth and I are fellow lawyers' wives. And, I love having her as a partner on my team. And I'm excited, Beth, for you to share a little bit about what coaching means to you and why you love to do it.
Yeah, thank you, Jess. Thanks for helping put this together. It's fun to see some familiar faces. So hi, Jessica, and also Karen already logged off, but hi, Karen. So when we were talking about putting this together, Jess asked us to kind of think of what is it that are some of the things that like brought us to coaching. And I think I'm like the research nerd maybe of the nerdy of us. I don't know, Cindy and I probably can commiserate that. I really researched a lot as well. And so I was really thoughtful. I wanted to think about what was the way that I could do my goals, which were, partly financial and partly personal and professional growth. But also, where can I put my energies and my efforts in the world that will be the most fruitful? Because I was feeling after the birth of my son 4.5 years ago, I was really feeling like my energies, I kept putting energy into the world of trying to like find my niche, and nothing really felt like commiserate to the amount of time I was putting into it. So, I was watching Jessica, similar to the way she described watching Susan. I was kind of, Facebook stalking her a little bit because she posts that, and I'm aware that people's Facebook lives are not always like true to their whole realistic life. But like she was still, even if only 50% of it was true, it was like, wow, that is one energetic, happy person. Like I am picking up what she is putting down. Like I want in on that. And so after the birth of my beautiful daughter, we had some, collective familial baby weight to lose. And my husband also had suffered a back injury in the spring right before her birth as well. And so he, in addition to the weight that we put on together in my pregnancy, he also had this injury, and we could no longer be like, kind of exercising off the pounds that we had put on. He has this injury. I had suffered an injury as well in my childbirth experience that didn't allow me to do that high intensity exercise that I was used to doing. And so I researched, and I found, I was so intrigued by Jessica that I was like, all right, fine. I kept putting her off, and I was like, all right, talk to me this month. And then she finally sent me a text like, are you going to do this? I was like, yes, fine, I'll do this. But that was my journey as a client. Kind of similarly, but beyond that was my research about being a coach. And I wanted to find a way that I could help people become their best selves, because really, as I discerned who I wanted to be in the world, that's the energy I want to bring, is I want to help other people do what they want to do well. And as I did my research, I was like, wow, these people are affected by this. This is not just like, drinking the Kool-Aid. Like people really are like feeling better. And it wasn't until I experienced it as a client that I was like, oh, it's because people feel better. Like we aren't just selling something, like these people feel good. I wanted to connect with a high quality program. I'm an educator by training, and I describe myself to clients and to pre-clients as a person who is a teacher who is looking for a curriculum. I pride myself on being able to teach people how to do things. It doesn't really matter what the thing is, but I love that this was a straightforward, simple program. Like Amy said, like this is what you do, and then you can be successful. Like that's so great. I love that because it also opens this door or a window sometimes into helping people with other aspects of their lives too, and finding other ways for them to feel healthy and well and whole in this world where it's easy not to feel all of those things all the time. I also sought freedom to work from home and to spend more time with my whole family. I too was coming from a job like Cindy where nights and weekends were an expectation and a commute was a part of it. And as my husband and I talked about our long-term financial goals, I needed to be a contributor to our house financially. And I didn't want to return after my maternity leave to being a professional meeting attendant and a commuter. I wanted something else. And so, and then I think this links back into wanting to help people become their best selves, but they just wanted to find a way for me to be even a small force of positive energy in the world. Like I said, Jessica's energy is palpable. And I was like, I'd like to feel more like that, please. And I'd like to spread more of that, please. And I still get goosebumps when Amy talks about her story, because when I first talked to her, she was like, I just want to feel motivated to do anything. I want to feel energetic and I was like, I was still like, she was early on in my coaching career. And so I believed, but it was more of a leap of faith than it was like us solidly like, I think we can do this, Amy. And like every time she was like, yeah, I have so much energy. Like people are signing up left and right because they can't stand how much energy I have. And like, that's the beauty of this. So, I definitely think if people are listening to our message about why come to coaching, I think you can see from lots of different perspectives. You don't have to be somebody who comes from healthcare or a teacher, although that's who you're seeing in front of you. We come from all walks of life. You don't have to have a person who has, full-time work capacity. You also, but you can, as Cindy and Amy both very much point out, like, you can fit this into the corners of your life. I fit it in there. I have a 1 and a 4-year-old. I fit it into my nap times. And that you can, if nothing else, I think from my own personal story, is like, I felt very responsible to when I put my personal brand, as Amy said, like, Beth said it was good, so I'm going to believe in it. Like, I felt a really deep sense of responsibility if I was going to put my weight behind something, or my less weight now, behind something and endorse it, that it really be high quality. And I did my research. The products are good. The plans are solid. The community is legitimate. On day one, I had instant access to Jessica, Jessica's mentor, Jessica's mentor's mentor. And then, it's not far before we get to like Dr. A, the author of The Habits of Health. So I felt full access and support. And honestly, the business model is, I came at this as like, I want to help people, but I also would like to make some money doing that. And I don't think that there's shame in that. I think as educators, a lot of times we feel like we should be these benevolent, like underpaid creatures in this world because we're helping others. And like, I kind of got to a place where I wanted to feel like, no, I'd love to make money while doing things that help people. What an idea. Like, not necessarily a value we have in all places, but that was where this was my final tipping point. Like, oh, I could actually do that. I could help people and actually make some money. What an idea. It's amazing. Thanks for letting me share, Jess.
That was great. I love that. You were a teacher looking for the right curriculum. It's so true, right? We're always learning in our lives, and whether it's in actual college or school, or you're just learning the lifestyle that you need to be a healthy individual for the rest of your life, it's important. And so that is the great piece of what we do, is we are learning. And you know what? Sometimes it takes you 20 years to get it. Sometimes it takes you 60 years to understand what it means to have a healthy lifestyle. So I think that's pretty phenomenal. So thank you for sharing. So if something in what any of us said tonight kind of strikes a chord with you, if you have people in your heart that you want to help, if it's you and you're looking for more meaning and purpose to be part of a community like this, even if you've never been a client and you don't even really know what the program is about, reach out to us, because when I came into this program, I had never been a client. So I started all of it at the same time, and that is totally okay. Other people get into the program, get to their healthy spot, and then people start to notice and want to jump on board with them. So everybody comes into it from a different spot. But if it does strike a chord with you and you do desire more, you want to explore a little bit more individually with us, what it would look like for you, how it would fit into your life, time commitment, what it looks like. It's individual for everybody. And so we would love to share with you on that and work through that with you. So reach out to us. I hope you have an amazing week and go out there and be your best self. So thank you, ladies, for sharing tonight. And we will talk to you all soon.